Welcome back, everyone. Today we're over here in Port Orange at the Sugar Mill Gardens, better known as Bongoland. Dunlawton Sugar Mill Gardens. We're gonna see dinosaurs.
The Bongoland ruins are a fascinating, slightly eerie relic of mid-century Florida tourism. Located within the Dunlawton Sugar Mill Gardens in Port Orange, just south of Daytona Beach, they consist of several life-sized, concrete and chicken wire dinosaurs scattered throughout a lush botanical garden. Here is the breakdown of what Bongoland was and what you can see there today. The history of Bongoland. The concept, opened in 1948 by Dr. Perry Sperber, a local dermatologist with a passion for paleontology. He wanted to combine Florida history with prehistoric wonder. The name, the park was named after Bongo, a live baboon that was one of the park's star attractions. The attractions, aside from the dinosaurs, the park featured a replica Seminole village, a miniature train that took visitors through the grounds, and the original 19th century sugar mill ruins. Why it closed? The park struggled to compete with other Florida roadside attractions and closed in 1952 after only 4 years in operation.
Put a water wheel over here.
Look at all the butterflies.
Look at that. Am I the only one who's gonna say those eyes look creepy?
I know.
Like why? Just why? I can't.
Look at that.
Yeah, so fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
So fun fact. Contained in their noses, apparently through the
What is it?
apparently through the owner's granddaughter, in their noses, and each and every one of them is a little bottle containing who made it, how long it took, and when. But in one of these, I don't know if their names are still here, but in 2019, T-Rex collapsed, and unfortunately, the people who took it all away didn't know that, and the bottle got lost in the dump.
Bongo got lost in the dump.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Like all what they tried to do.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh look, it looks like a little gnome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's not really much left of this, obviously. I mean, to be honest, there was never much left. There was never anything really there to begin with. It didn't last very long. It only lasted 3 years. Because it's so far out of the way from the main highway, no one ever really came. And not advertising it and funding it was too much money. So when the lease expired, I mean, yeah, they just donated the land and that was it.
And now they turned it into
This beautiful garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna find the other ones. I don't know where they are.
Where will this go?
I wonder how many dinosaurs are out here.
I think there's 5.
5?
There's 5 dinosaurs out here.
Well, we only found one so far. So.
Yep. We gotta find 4 more. Somewhere.
Let's see. Where's that little gnome?
What remains today? The site is now a peaceful botanical garden, but the monsters of Bongoland are still standing. Mostly, the survivors. You can still find a Triceratops, a Stegosaurus, a Dimetrodon, and a giant ground sloth, which was actually a later addition to honor Florida's Pleistocene history. The fallen king. Sadly, the park's gangly T-Rex collapsed in 2019 due to age and weather damage, and its remains were removed.
Oh. There's your Spanish moth.
Here's my Spanish monster. Delicious meal.
Florida noodles.
Your noodles.
Florida noodle.
Desi's noodles.
Yes.
The vibe, because the statues were made of concrete and have aged significantly, they have a weathered, lost world aesthetic that makes them popular for photographers and history buffs. is a fascinating location because it layers different eras of history on top of one another. The site functions almost like a timeline. You have the 19th century industrial ruins of the sugar mill, the 1940s kitsch of the dinosaur statues, and the modern botanical preservation all in one spot. If you are planning to visit or write about it, here are a few extra insider details that often go overlooked. The sex and the dinosaur connection. The park's founder, Dr. Perry Sperber, wasn't just a dinosaur enthusiast. He was a bit of an eccentric intellectual. His book, Sex and the Dinosaur, is a legendary piece of old Florida lore. In it, he theorized about the evolutionary links between prehistoric reptiles and modern animal behaviors. The dinosaurs in the garden were essentially a physical manifestation of his unique theories. Botanical highlights. While the dinosaurs get the most attention, the Dunlawton Sugar Mill Gardens are highly respected in the horticultural world.
Moon Garden. Sugar cane machine. Wow, look at this thing.
The grotto. There is a specific section with a small waterfall and a collection of ferns that creates a microclimate significantly cooler than the rest of the park. The camellia collection. If you visit during the cooler months, January through March, the camellias are in full bloom and are considered some of the best in the region.
I think this is more a roadside attraction.
Whoa, we found another dinosaur.
Oh, look at that. No, not
No, we
this.
found
So
the
we found the entrance.
entrance to the theme park.
Oh, wow. Made out of concrete.
Yep, concrete chicken wire.
It's hollow.
Careful.
It's hollow inside.
Within those noses is a bottle. I learned. Let's see. It says several attempts were made to operate Dunlawton Plantation as a tourist attraction in the 1950s. Dr. Perry Sperber leased the premises from J. Saxon Lloyd for a park to display prehistoric monsters and had a number of replicas molded in concrete on wire frames constructed. The park was called Bongoland in honor of a large baboon house on the grounds, and an Indian village was also reproduced in a small train carried visitors around. But the day of the theme parks had not yet come, and Bongoland was closed for lack of public interest. Identification of the animals that roamed the world millions of years ago had been furnished by the Volusia Anthropological Society. I'm not good at reading sometimes, don't mind me. Oh yeah. Awesome, maybe we can come up with some names for these dinosaurs. I think that would be pretty fun.
Watch where you walk.
Yep.
That's okay.
See if we can find it. Here, was a T-Rex here too.
There's your noodles.
Nom 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 nom. Oh look, another sign. Hammock trail.
What do you see?
Bamboo into the tree.
Look at that. That is cool.
Grooving into
This wasn't very popular. You activated it.
Oh yeah.
Which way you want to go?
Which way does?
Left or right?
I say left.
Huh? Oh, another dinosaur. Right, damn. Hello. Thought it was another dinosaur, but people are just looking at a tree. Not sure what they see in the tree, but saw something.
Go ahead, sit and I'll take a picture.
Good?
Yep.
Hello. Hi, nice.
No dinosaurs in there.
It seems like the Western had a tree. No. T-Rex left. Yeah, I'm just thinking. I wonder if we can find like the latest. There's a statue. Which, you know, I've seen some odd spaces.
I mean, you would think that they would have been more. It's just, what needed
Mm-hmm.
Was it just the garden? there's no,
Only at the beginning.
in the very, very beginning, it's like
Definitely far from being a theme park.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
With a couple of
it's more-
statues and some benches and just mostly trails.
I mean, you have to understand this was before roadside attractions even. I mean, this was probably just when Disneyland opened themselves. So this was before really big theme parks were even a thing.
Just mostly trails.
Yeah, it's just a trail. Except at the beginning when
Yeah, there's some at the beginning, but I haven't found any more out in the trail.
there's, you know,
It took a while to actually find them.
See, now we're back at the beginning.
yeah.
There's nothing out here.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
No.
And you keep going down there.
Yeah, that's
We can try the other trail. See if there's any out there.
But now we just walk right back up.
Right.
just in a different spot though. Or in a different part of the.
Yeah, we're back out in the main area. See if we can see what the other trail had on it.
Still did something with it to draw people here.
So we went that way before.
I guess we could try going this way because we just came from that.
We'll just go this way. We just went up that way. Okay.
No, that's where we went.
That's where we're. I don't know.
It doesn't take much for them to get lost.
We're just walking.
Maybe there's another one.
But
down
that's what it says, uneven ground,
I was all excited to see all kinds of dinosaurs today.
I know, me too. Oh, there we go. Right there. There we go. Keep on.
Oh, we found another one.
So what's that, 3?
That's 3. Oh, this one. Oh, I like him. He's cool. Hi there, buddy. What you doing? You know how long he's been. Roadside attraction comes to life. I think that's what we call it, maybe.
Halloween.
Hey, he's cool.
Ever wondered why they're called triceratops? Because of the horns. 3. Tri means 3. See? 1, 2, 3. That's what it means.
Oh, that's cool.
Why they're called a triceratops.
So that's 3, right?
Yep.
There's got to be 2 more somewhere.
I don't know.
This transition from a tragic plantation to a dinosaur park is one of the most jarring, only in Florida, pivots in history. Dr. Perry Sperber was a fascinating character who embodied the mid-century spirit of the gentleman eccentric, a medical professional with a hobby that completely took over his life. The visionary, Dr. Perry Sperber. Dr. Sperber wasn't just a casual fan of dinosaurs. He was deeply invested in what we might today call speculative biology.
We'll sit for a second, wait for all the slow pokes.
The book, Sex and the Dinosaur, 1970, is a rare find today, but it remains a cult classic among fans of out there scientific literature.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Got a lot of big trees here. Pretty cool.
Oh, hey.
Oh, an Easter egg.
An Easter egg
Look at that.
on Easter.
An Easter egg on Easter.
Does it have something in it?
What is in there for a surprise?
Da-da-da.
Nothing.
Nothing. Aww.
Empty.
Empty.
But still.
Still, pretty cool we found one. No, they're not Easter eggs. They're dinosaur eggs.
Oh, they're dinosaur eggs, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, dinosaur eggs.
Dinosaur eggs. They still don't here. I find it funny that Florida seems to have an obsession with dinosaurs. This whole idea gives me a vibe with Jurassic Park.
In it, Sperber explored the idea that the reproductive habits and physical traits of dinosaurs could be traced through modern reptiles and even birds, a theory that was actually ahead of its time in some ways, even if his specific conclusions were colorful.
All right, I remember going down and
We did this one.
Yep,
you came
the
this
hammock
way.
trail.
We didn't go that way.
we didn't go this way. We'll go that way in a minute, but I did find another egg.
Oh, yeah, there's another egg.
Oh, look at that. Another dinosaur egg. Is there anything in it?
Nope, it's empty.
Yeah, let's go down the hill.
I found another egg.
Huh? Where? Oh,
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Another one.
And,
Another dinosaur.
Keep an eye out for hidden eggs.
Oh, look, there's another one. Hiding in the bushes. Oh, there's another one.
The goal. He didn't just want a museum. He wanted an immersive, lost world experience that would educate and entertain, a concept that preceded Jurassic Park by decades. The maker, Manny Lawrence. If Sperber was the brain, Manny Lawrence was the hands. He was a local artisan who had to figure out how to build massive, heavy structures that could survive the Florida humidity and hurricanes without a Hollywood budget. The chicken wire technique, skeleton. Lawrence started with heavy-duty iron rebar and chicken wire to create a 3D frame. Skin. He then hand-applied layers of wet concrete over the wire. Detail. While the concrete was still tacky, he would carve in scales, wrinkles, and facial features. Note, because these were hand-sculpted without modern biological references, the dinosaurs have a distinct, wonky look, such as the T-Rex having slightly misplaced teeth or the Stegosaurus
Found
having
2
a
more
very
eggs.
expressive, almost human-like face. The cast of characters. While the wonky T-Rex was the most famous, Lawrence and Sperber populated the park with several strange beasts creature. Status today. Notable feature. Triceratops. Still standing. Notable for its incredibly thick, weathered concrete
Oh, we're
skin.
back at the beginning.
Stegosaurus. Still standing. Features a row of plates that look almost like hand-tossed pottery. Giant
Okay.
sloth. Still standing. A nod to Florida's actual prehistoric megafauna. Tyrannosaurus. Collapsed, 2019, was the tallest of the group, succumbed to internal rust in its rebar frame. Why it failed, but succeeded, the park only lasted from 1948 to 1952. Sperber's timing was unfortunately just a few years too early for the massive post-war tourism boom that followed the completion of the interstate system.
Well, I found more eggs than dinosaurs.
Right?
Another purple egg right over there. Well,
I guess this is it.
I guess this is it, right?
Yeah. Nothing really.
Not much of a dinosaur park.
No. Not a, more of a nature
Just-
walk.
Yeah, more of a nature walk. More of trails than anything.
Yeah.
We've only found 3 dinosaurs out of 5.
Yeah. Maybe there was only 3. I
I
just
believe there was 5 in all.
Yeah.
Update. There was only 4 total, and 1 collapsed in 2020.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah. Happy Easter, everyone. Hope you have a great day. Sorry there wasn't more to this video. Kind of bounced around this area, but
I think that was really a floor movie.
not quite sure what else to look at.
Now back to our story.
However, because the statues were made of such heavy, permanent materials, they couldn't easily be moved or destroyed. They simply sat in the woods for decades, slowly being covered by vines, which arguably created a much more authentic, prehistoric atmosphere than the park ever had when it was open.
Then over there, that's where the water wheel is in that first dinosaur. I don't think we've been over here yet. Let's go check this out.
The story of Patrick Dean serves as the somber foundation for what is now a whimsical garden. His arrival in 1804 placed him
That's
at the
where that
heart of
first
the
dinosaur
Sugar
was.
Belt, a string of plantations along Florida's east coast that were incredibly profitable but dangerously isolated. Here is a bit more context on that specific historical transition, the Bahamian connection. Many early Florida settlers, like Dean, came from the Bahamas. These conchs, as they were often called, were experienced in tropical agriculture and maritime trade. Dean's move to the Halifax River area was a massive gamble. He was essentially carving a massive estate out of a wilderness that was still technically under Spanish sovereignty. A timeline of turmoil. The violent death mentioned is a significant marker in the timeline of the Florida frontier. The First Seminole War, roughly 1817 to 1818, was largely fueled by disputes over land and the fact that the area served as a refuge for people escaping slavery. The raid. Dean was one of the first high-profile casualties of this friction. When his plantation was raided in 1818, it signaled the beginning of the end for the first wave of East Florida plantations. The second burn. Even after his death, the land couldn't catch a break. The reconstructed mill was burned again in 1836 during the Second Seminole War. The resilient iron machinery you see today is actually from the 1830s rebuild, as Dean's original equipment was likely much more primitive. The fragmentation of the land. The division of the original 995 acres is why the site feels so tucked away today. From 1000 to 12, what started as a massive industrial territory was slowly whittled down over 200 years of foreclosures, inheritances, and land sales. The save. By the time the Garden Club of the Halifax country took over, only about 12 acres remained of the central hub. This small parcel was fortunately the exact spot where the mill ruins, and later the Bongoland dinosaurs, were located. It's a striking contrast. A man who lost his life trying to build a sugar empire on 1,000 acres inadvertently provided the footprint for a 12-acre garden where people now take selfies with a concrete sloth.
Yeah, it's an old factory.
The irony of Bongoland is that its failure as a business is exactly what ensured its survival as a landmark. Because it wasn't profitable enough to be redeveloped into a hotel or a shopping center in the 1950s, the land sat in a state of arrested decay, allowing the forest to reclaim the concrete beasts and turn them into the surreal artifacts they are today. The transformation into Dunlawton Sugar Mill Gardens. When the Garden Club of the Halifax country took over, they didn't see the ruins as an eyesore, but as a unique framework for a botanical sanctuary. The Fern Grotto. This is the heart of the Lost World vibe. The grotto's natural moisture and shade create a prehistoric microclimate that makes the concrete dinosaurs look remarkably at home among the prehistoric-looking ferns. The succulent collection. Scattered throughout the sunnier patches of the garden, these plants offer a sharp, architectural contrast to the weathered, rounded shapes of Manny Lawrence's concrete statues. Why the dinosaurs defied nature. While most 1940s roadside attractions were made of wood, plaster, or fiberglass, Bongoland's inhabitants were built like bunkers. Solid foundations. The statues were anchored deep into the Florida soil with heavy rebar. The slow aging aesthetic. As the concrete pitted and stained over the decades, it began to resemble actual fossilized bone or weathered rock, making the wonky sculptures look more impressive with age than they likely did when they were brand new and brightly painted. A local secret. Today, the site is maintained by volunteers and remains one of the few places in Florida where you can experience 3 distinct centuries of history: the 1800s sugar industry, 1940s kitsch, and modern horticultural preservation, all for the price of a small donation. It stands as a testament to the fact that sometimes, the best way to preserve history is simply to let the vines grow over it for a while. It's a quiet, slightly surreal escape from the high-octane energy of nearby Daytona Beach.
Well, how are you? It's a kitty cat. Hi. Definitely feels like we've been down this trail before. Yes, we have. That's the way we came from in the beginning. And that's the direction that I gave Destiny, and she picked to go left. So, I'm taking right. They're still off at that building, the old factory. Oh yes, we've been here before too. That's it. That's all the dinosaurs I can find. I believe there was supposed to be 5 dinosaurs total. I've only found 3. If anyone else been here before and knows where the other dinosaurs are, please add it in the comments. Again, I'm sorry for bouncing around. But this place is pretty weird. Nice, but weird. Again, we're back at the beginning.
The ghost train. If you look closely near some of the concrete paths, you can still find traces of the miniature train tracks that used to shuttle guests around the park. It helps you visualize how the theme park layout actually functioned before it was reclaimed by the gardens.
If you want some nice trails to walk, I would say yeah, definitely it's a nice area to come out, relax, and walk some good trails. But if you're out here looking for dinosaurs, there's only 3.
Oh, look, a squirrel. He's running. Good squirrel. Looks like a squirrel thing. Cute.
That's it. I've been through every trail. I haven't found any more than 3 dinosaurs.
Guess there's always 3. Oh, there was 4 when it opened, but well, you know. Whoop. A brand new tree.
Like an old foundation right there as well. I'm going to try to dig up as much information and history that I can about this place, and I'll leave it down in the comments, or the description rather, if you guys want to go down there and read more about it. But
Comparison of eras at the site. Era. Feature. Significance 1800s. Sugar mill machinery. Some of the most well-preserved ironwork from the plantation era in Florida. 1940s. Concrete statues. Examples of early, roadside America. Folk art made of chicken wire and cement. Present. Botanical gardens. A volunteer-run sanctuary that saved the land from being turned into a residential subdivision. It really is one of those rare places where you can stand in one spot and see 200 years of Florida's evolution.
all little gardens. That's cool. Bamboo. Bamboo. Well, again, thank you all for joining us today. There wasn't much to this one, but I appreciate you guys joining along. Hope to see you on the next one. You guys have a great day.
And I said, everybody's looking, I don't even know what they're saying.
Later.
Oh, my iPad is like, when is it gonna read? There is no text.